Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. Topping our newscast, a major issue for residents and businesses is energy costs and how that has affected the economy. In our final look at the governor's State of the Territory address, Governor Mapp made a promise to WAPA that should help ease the burden of high energy costs, in addition to the changes WAPA is implementing. News 2's Erica Parsons has more.
Governor Kenneth Mapp was complimentary in his remarks Monday about WAPA's efforts to lower the cost of energy for residents.
WAPA is headed in the right direction, but it must understand that time is of the essence.
That optimism, though, was underscored by a gentle nudge telling WAPA officials to get their act together.
WAPA, make it your priority to bring the territory relief sooner rather than later.
WAPA has made strides in recent months to drop the high cost of fuel consumers are paying. They've reduced their dependency on fossil fuel with the addition of alternative energy sources, but the benefit in the past hasn't been felt because of money the government owes WAPA that could help with costly maintenance.
The LEAC part of the bill is a pass-through from the ratepayer through WAPA to the supplier, so we don't run the business on that part. It's the base rate piece we run the business on, and with $40 million outstanding, it's unbelievable. The challenges that you have, the choices you have to make, how you go about doing your daily, normal functions of the authority without cash at hand to take care of it, is something that we struggle with on a daily basis.
That struggle should soon be minimized. Governor Mapp made a promise to pay WAPA what they're owed.
WAPA faces its challenges as well. As I noted, the government owes WAPA in excess of $40 million, and WAPA can be assured it will be paid.
So to hear the acknowledgement of it and understanding of what it means and what kind of a challenge it is for it to be mentioned twice in the address, I'm very happy to hear that it's top on the priority for the administration.
The next challenge for WAPA is getting the permits from the Army Corps of Engineers to go online with the propane conversion this summer. Erica Parsons, News 2.
News 2 was not able to speak with WAPA's Executive Director Hugo Hodge or the propane project manager since they're both out of the territory. Meanwhile, the Virgin Islands Water and Power Authority has scheduled a water service interruption for the St. Thomas town area from 11 p.m. Friday, January 30th through 6 a.m. Saturday, January 31st. Customers from Lindbergh Bay to Estate Thomas will experience water service interruption while crews replace critical faulty water valves at the main pumping station. Both high and low elevation customers from Lindbergh Bay to Estate Thomas will experience this water interruption. Customers east of Rappoon Hill will not be affected. Customers are urged to store adequate water for use during the service interruption. The authority apologizes for any inconvenience caused by this interruption. Well, it's all about leading by example. During Monday evening's State of the Territory address, the governor stated, "I personally will hasten my payments to the Bureau of Internal Revenue on my payment plan, and I am asking each taxpayer with such a plan to do the same." He made good on that statement on Thursday. The governor took time out of his schedule to personally go to the Bureau of Internal Revenue on St. Croix to pay his taxes. He said, "It is important we all understand that recovering from this financial crisis will require every citizen to do his or her part, no matter how small, how incremental." Listen up for those who are seeking sustainable employment. The Department of Labor invites you on February 4th, 2015. The department will be hosting a Workforce Development Expo at the University of the Virgin Islands Great Hall on St. Croix from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The event will be repeated on St. Thomas at the Windward Passage Hotel, and that's on Wednesday, February 11th, 2015. The expo will feature presentations from HR professionals that will speak about what goes into securing employment, how to hold on to great employment opportunities, how to rebound after a setback, and most importantly, how to grow within an organization and enhance its worth. Licensing and Consumer Affairs officials are putting retailers on notice that they will be monitoring their special sales practices. The department has received complaints regarding the practice of maintaining sales prices past the expiration date. Officials say the merchant is responsible for removing sales prices from the advertised item once the sale has ended. If it's not done, that retailer is required to honor the posted sale price. Licensing officials have issued an official warning that says any failure to comply will result in legal action against that business. The Mapp Potter administration is presenting, meanwhile, a new grievance procedure established to meet the requirements of the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990. It may be used by anyone who wishes to file a complaint alleging discrimination on the basis of disability in the provision of services, activities, programs, or benefits by the government of the Virgin Islands. The complaint should be in writing and contain information about the alleged discrimination. Alternative means of filing is available. The complaint should be submitted by the grievant and/or his or her designee as soon as possible, but no later than 60 calendar days after the alleged violation. And that goes to Jamila Russell, who is the VI Territorial ADA Coordinator. You can call 340-227-2348 for more information. Turn our attention overseas. The field of potential Republican candidates making a run for the White House next year shrunk by one. Mitt Romney phoned supporters and staff today to say he won't make a third run for the White House. The 2012 GOP candidate says although he was convinced he could win the Republican nomination, it would be a hard fight. Romney said someone from the next generation of leaders may be better able to beat the Democratic nominee, possibly opening the door for Florida Senator Marco Rubio or Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker. Keeping our eye on the economy, get ready for more Dora the Explorer and SpongeBob SquarePants. Nickelodeon is rolling out a standalone internet streaming service focusing on mobile viewers and cord cutters. The name of the new online channel and the cost will be announced next month. If you still have dreams of seeing Sunday's Super Bowl in person, it is not too late, but ticket prices are astronomical. On the second-hand ticket website StubHub, they start at more than $7,000. The top seat go for more than $40,000. Here's the New York Stock Exchange with our stock market watch. The Dow, Nasdaq, S&P all down. The Dow 251, Nasdaq 48, S&P 26. Coming up on News 2, great news for the Rocketry Club on St. Croix. We'll have details coming up next. WAPA's Executive Director Carlton Dow says the first phase of the pavement rehabilitation project on St. Croix, which includes the public parking lot at the Wilfred Bumba Alec Container Port and Transshipment Center, is scheduled to begin on February 2nd, 2015. This project has a timeline of 60 days with a completion date of April 2nd, 2015. He says this scope of work includes milling of the existing asphalt pavement, repair of the potholes, and replacement of a leveling course. The contractor for this project is VI Paving, Inc. at a cost of $353,000. And Elena Christian Junior High School teacher has once again placed the territory on the map. Science teacher Steve Bullock was named as the VI's first NASA ambassador in December. The territory was the only U.S. jurisdiction without a solar system ambassador, but the appointment will now benefit the territory as well as Elena's students.
NASA at any given time either has several missions ongoing or they are working on future missions. So the ambassador's job is to articulate to the community what NASA is doing in terms of aerospace science, deep space exploration. Many of my students dream, they aspire to one day become astronauts. And it is so important for them to have somebody on St. Croix who can guide them. So I see my role as helping to prepare a new generation of aerospace scientists.
Congrats to you, Steve Bullock, and all the Elena students from the Rocketry Club. Meanwhile, kudos to all involved: St. Croix Financial Services Company, Cane Bay Partners, VI, and the World Ocean School have teamed up again to offer St. Croix's Ricardo Richards Middle School students a unique educational experience. Cane Bay Partners, at the direction of its partners Kirk Tunin and David Johnson, donated the funds to provide the educational sailing program at no cost to the students of the Ricardo Richards School. The week-long program inspires the students with academically tied experiential programs aboard the National Historic Landmark schooner Roseway, according to Abby Kidder, president and co-founder of the World Ocean School aboard the Roseway. Hospitality and tourism industry veteran Frank Comito has been appointed as the new CEO and Director General of the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association, representing 32 national hotel associations across the region. He assumes that post March 9th, 2015. Now, as CEO, Comito will work to raise CHTA's profile as the leader for the Caribbean hospitality industry and develop a strategic plan for the association that serves the needs of its entire membership, comprised of more than 600 hotels and 300 allied members. Comito most recently served as Executive Vice President of the Bahamas Hotel and Tourism Association, a position he has held successfully for over 10 years. Well, be sure to stick around. Your News 2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.